Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. Man, the weekend is almost here, thank God. Day and a half. We can relax again. We are doing our championship Saturday preview. Got the championship games all lined up. Go over some things that happened this week in basketball, top 25, a few upsets. Got some news items. We'll go over that. Of course, like last week, a lot of it has to do with coaching changes. Get to all that. Before we start, hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. With it, let's get to some news. Hey, Michigan State, they got themselves a new coach. They hired former Northwestern coach, Pat Fitzgerald. Remember him? I always liked Pat Fitzgerald. I thought he did a good job at Northwestern. I mean, Northwestern's a hard place to win at, being a private school and everything, but he did a damn good job. Went to the Big Ten championship game, once, twice, maybe once. He did a good job there, and then he actually, when he got fired for all that hazing stuff, he actually sued the school and won a few weeks ago. So, anyway, it's going to be good. I always thought he was a good coach. It's going to be interesting to see how he does at a school that's not a private school, one that's, think of how many athletes he wanted to get at Northwestern, but he couldn't because of academics. Well, now he can get those guys. So, it'll be interesting to see how he does at a school like Michigan State. Meanwhile, Spartan wide receiver Nick Marsh plans to enter the transfer portal. He's got 100 catches, 1,311 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns in his 2 years with the Spartans. Ohio Bobcats head coach Brian Smith, he was put on leave, undisclosed reasons. He was 8-4 this year. His first year too there at the helm. Defensive coordinator John Hauser, he will be the interim head coach. Nebraska fired defensive coordinator John Butler. North Texas, they hired Neil Brown as their new head football coach. Remember him? He was at Troy in West Virginia. Didn't do all that good of a job at West Virginia. But he's been on, this past season, he's been on the Texas staff under Steve Sarkisian. So he's going to be the new UNT head football coach. BYU gives head coach Kalani, how you say his name, Sato, a new long-term deal. I don't get this kind of crap. Usually the first college football game of the year is in Ireland, or has been the last few years. Well, next year, August 29th, North Carolina State playing Virginia. All right, ACC matchup, first game of the year. Be in Rio de Janeiro for some reason. These overseas games, I don't know what they're trying. I don't know what NCAA is trying to do. I don't know. It's just taking a home game away from these people. But yeah, looks like first game of the year is going to be in the Rio de Janeiro. ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips says his league is worth 2 CFP bids. He's talking about the winner of the Duke Virginia game. And then, of course, Miami, which, he's kind of got an argument there. Miami's a good team, and the winner of the ACC Conference Championship game should probably go, but we'll see what happens. You never know what the CFP is going to do. Kirk Ferentz, Iowa fans love him or hate him. He's coming back for a 28th season there as head coach next year. South Florida, they hire Ohio State head coach Brian Hartlev. Offensive coordinator Brian Hartlev as their new head coach. So, interesting to see how he does down there. Kansas State head coach Chris Kleinman says he told his team he's going to retire after this season. Well, the season's over for them. There are reports that Kansas State is interested in their old quarterback, Colin Klein, who's the offensive coordinator at Texas A&M. Being an Aggie fan, this doesn't bother me. Klein, he was hot or cold. When he was hot, Aggies looked great. When he wasn't, you were wondering if they were going to lose. And then he pulled that bonehead move at the end of the South Carolina game. I don't know what he was doing during the Texas game. I really don't. So, if he left, it wouldn't bother me any. So, anyway, if he leaves, they're interested, but I don't think they've made a deal or anything with him yet. All right, so basketball this week. Monday, no top 25 teams played on Monday. Tuesday, 5-3 Syracuse beat number 13 Tennessee 62-60. Syracuse Kings 19.7 rebounds. They shot 43% from the field. They were better from the free throw line than Tennessee. Tennessee's Corey, 22 points, came off the bench to do that. He also had 9 rebounds. Tennessee shot 42% from the field. Number 4, Duke beat number 15, Florida, 67-66. Duke's Boozer, 29 points, 6 rebounds. They shot 45% from the field. Florida's Howe, 24 points, 6 rebounds. They only shot 37% from the field. Both teams had 12 turnovers in this game. Florida did have better offensive numbers, though, in the post-game categories. But Duke came out on top 1-1. Number 16, North Carolina, beat number 18, Kentucky, 67-64. Vesser for the Tar Heels, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Wilson behind him, 15 points, 12 rebounds. They shot 41% from the field. They hit 6 3-pointers in this game. They had 10 more rebounds than Kentucky. Kentucky was led by Owe, I can never say his name right, 16 points. Chandler behind him, 12 points. They shot 43% from the field. Only 1 3-pointer for Kentucky. They did have more steals and blocks, but still lost. Number 5, UConn beat number 21, Kansas, 61-56. Ball and Mullins for UConn, 17 points each. They shot 42% from the field, 7 3-pointers in this game. They didn't shoot many free throws, but they were 6 for 8 from the free throw line. This is their first win over Kansas ever. I did not know that. That's crazy. Anyway, Kansas, Council Jr., he led the way with 12 points. They shot 35% from the field. They hit 5 3-pointers, 15 for 21 from the free throw line. 5-4 Minnesota beat number 22 Indiana on Wednesday, 73-64. Minnesota's Tyson and Reynolds, 17 points each. All 5 starters had double-digit points for Minnesota. 49% from the field. They have 14 more rebounds. Conway led the way for Indiana, 18 points. They shot 40% from the field. Both of these teams hit 8 3-pointers. And number 25 Arkansas beat number 6 Louisville, 89-80. I love college basketball in December when we're getting close to Christmas, because you start getting some big-time ass matchups right before conference play. First month of it, or the first few weeks of it, November and all that, like I watched some of the Maui Invitational and all that. I don't know. I just think it gets better when you get into December. I mean, yeah, you got some top teams playing in these tournaments and stuff early in the season, but yeah, I just really love college football from right about now until March Madness. So anyway, all right. So championship Saturday is upon us, but we do have championship games on Friday. Friday, you will have the Sun Belt Championship, 6 p.m. on ESPN. 8-4 Troy versus number 19 James Madison. Troy averages 25 points a game. James Madison averages 38. Troy giving up an average of 24 points a game. James Madison only giving up an average of 11. Troy averages 326 yards a game. James Madison averages 451. Troy is 42% on third down. James Madison, they are up to 50% on third down. These two teams are kind of even in the passing game, but James Madison is better in the rushing. Troy's defense, 28 sacks, 9 by Donnie Smith by himself. They also have 9 interceptions. Lafayette, Lott, and White each have 2 for Troy. Lott, White, and Thompson. Damn. Lott, White, and Thompson. They all of them have pick sixes. James Madison defense, 28 sacks. Defensive linemen Cabrera and West, they both have 4 sacks each. 12 interceptions between their defense. England, he's got 4 plus a pick 6. Conference USA Championship, that'll be on CBS Sports Network at 6. 9-3 Kennesaw State versus 8-4 Jacksonville State. Kennesaw State averages 29 points a game. They average giving up 25 points a game. Jacksonville State, they average 30 points a game. They average giving up 27 points a game. Kennesaw State, 416 total yards a game. Jacksonville State, 429. 41% on third down, Kennesaw State is. Jacksonville State, 39% on third down. Kind of even. These teams look pretty even when you look on paper, look at the numbers. Kennesaw State, they are a little better in the passing. Odom has 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Kennesaw State's defense, 29 sacks. Defensive lineman Hill has 7 by himself. Defensive lineman Dunlop has 5. The defense has 7 interceptions. Jacksonville State, they are a little bit better in the rushing game. Cook, he has 15 rushing touchdowns. Their defense, 21 sacks, 12 interceptions. Nix has 4. Osteen has 3 interceptions on the year. AAC championship game, 7 p.m. on the ABC. This is probably going to be a pretty good one for Friday night. Number 20, North Texas, who just lost their coach to Oklahoma State, versus number 24, Tulane. North Texas averages 47 points a game. They give up on average 25 points a game. They average 512 total yards, 48% on third down. Tulane, I didn't realize this. They only average 29 points a game. I figured they scored a lot more, especially, with Retzlaff. They average giving up 23 points a game. They average 416 total yards and 43% on third down. North Texas, better in the passing game. Team's pretty even in the rushing game on this one. Mestamaker for the Mean Green, 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Hawkins has 23 rushing touchdowns this year. Tulane's Retzlaff, 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He has ran for 14 touchdowns also. North Texas defense, they got 23 sacks, 13 interceptions. Tulane defense, 29 sacks, 12 interceptions. Mountain West championship game, 7 p.m. on Fox. This one might be pretty good too. 10-2 UNLV versus 8-4 Boise State. UNLV, they average 37 points a game. They give up on average 28 points a game. Average 463 total yards, 47% on third down. Boise State, they average 31 points a game. They give up on average 24 points. 430 total yards a game, 46% on third down. Close in the passing and rushing game, these two are. UNLV's Colandrea, 22 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Thomas has 12 rushing touchdowns. Boise, Riley has 10 rushing touchdowns. Quarterback play for Boise since their quarterback went out hasn't been all that great, as you can tell by the record, because usually they only have 1 or 2 losses. UNLV defense, 28 sacks, 13 interceptions. Boise State defense, 21 sacks, 14 interceptions for them. Now, moving on to Saturday. Big 12 championship game, 11 a.m. on ABC. Number 11, BYU versus number 4, Texas Tech. BYU averages 34 points a game. They only give up an average of 18 points. They average 489 total yards, and they are 51% on third down. Texas Tech averages 43 points a game. Give up on average only 11 points. They have 414 total yards a game, 41% on third down. These two are also kind of even in the passing and the rushing. Bachmeier for BYU, 2,593 passing yards, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's ran for 11 touchdowns. Martin, 1,229 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns. Kingston and Roberts, they have 5 receiving touchdowns each. BYU defense, 28 sacks. Linebacker Jack Kelly has 9 by himself. Defense has 16 interceptions on the year. Wall and Johnson, 4 interceptions and pick 6 each. Texas Tech's Morton, 2,428 yards, 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Dickey has 1,025 rushing yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. Douglas, 7 touchdown catches. Virgil, 6 touchdown catches. Their defense, 37 sacks on the year. Their linebacker Height has 8 sacks by himself. Linebacker Bailey's got 12 sacks by himself. So that's 20 right there from these two guys. Defense got 14 interceptions. Pollock has 5 interceptions. Rodriguez has 4 on the year. MAC Championship, 11 a.m. on ESPN. 7-5 Miami of Ohio versus 8-4 Western Michigan. Miami of Ohio averages 26 points a game. They give up 22 points a game on average. 34% on third down, which is not that good. 355 total yards. Western Michigan, they average only 24 points a game. They give up, though, an average of 19. So they are 42% on third down. They average 332 yards a game. Miami of Ohio, their O-line has given up 20 sacks. Western Michigan, they got 30 on the year. Defensive end Tucker for them, he's got 12 by himself. Their defense also has 10 interceptions. Western Michigan's O-line, they've given up 19 sacks this year. Miami of Ohio's defense, 38 quarterback sacks this year. Their D-lineman Trick has 8. Their defense has 14 interceptions. Hundrew, Walters, and Kopris all have 3 interceptions apiece. Western Michigan's quarterback Lowry, he's got 1,572 yards, 7 touchdowns, but he's also ran for 14 touchdowns. So looking at that and the defensive numbers, Western Michigan going to have their hands full, looks like. SEC Championship game, 3 p.m. ABC. Number 3, Virginia versus 9, Alabama. Georgia. I'm sorry, did I say Virginia? Georgia's playing. They average 33 points a game. They give up an average of 16 points. Average around 400 yards a game. Alabama, same thing. They average 33 points a game, give up around 16. They also average about 400 yards a game. These teams are pretty even in passing, rushing, and third down. Both quarterbacks have 28 touchdowns, rushing and passing combined. Georgia O-line, they've given up 16 sacks this year. Alabama defense has 24 on the season. Their defense also got 10 interceptions. Alabama O-line has given up 23 sacks on the year. Georgia defense, 17 sacks, 8 interceptions. We've seen these two. I'm going to bet, would not be surprised if this turns into some kind of low-scoring event here. Since the last time they played, adjustments have been made and everything else for, countermeasure. So, but I think it's probably going to be a pretty good game. This one here is going to be interesting. Big Ten championship game, 7 p.m. on Fox. Number 2, Indiana versus number 1, Ohio State. Indiana seems to mow through everybody. Went out to Eugene, beat Oregon pretty damn good. But now they got number 1, Ohio State. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. Because you still got people doubting Indiana. But if they can win this game, I don't think they're going to be doubted anymore. Indiana averages 44 points a game. They give up on average 11 points. They average 484 yards a game. Ohio State, they average 37 points a game. They give up on average of 8. I did not realize that. They average 439 yards a game. Both of them, Indiana and Ohio State, are 56% on third down conversions. Even in the passing game, Indiana is a little better in the rushing game. Hoosiers Mendoza, 2,758 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He also ran for 6 touchdowns. Block, 7 rushing touchdowns. Cooper Jr. and Sart, 11 touchdown catches apiece. Alabama, or not Alabama, what am I doing? Ohio State. I don't know why I said Alabama. Donaldson, their O-line has given up 6 sacks. That's it, just 6 sacks. And Indiana, their defense has 34 sacks on the year. And they also got 17 interceptions. So, I don't know. Indiana, their O-line has given up 15 sacks, where Ohio State's defense has 30 sacks and 7 interceptions on the season. So that SEC championship game and the Big Ten one, those are going to be 2 interesting good games. Thank God they start. They're not on at the same time. What is that? Is that rounding out the night, the ACC one? Let me look. Rounding out the night, ACC championship game. 7-5 Duke versus number 17 Virginia. Duke averages 35 points a game. They're giving up on average 29 points a game. 421 total yards. They are 40% on third down. Virginia, they are averaging 33 points a game. They give up on average 20 points. They average 433 total yards a game. They are 49% on third down. They're pretty even in rushing and the passing game. Mensa, though, does have better numbers than Morris. but he's also been sacked more. Also, so Duke's O-line has given up more sacks. But I got to say something about this. Watching that game back in, what was that, September? Illinois went over there to Duke. Good game in throughout pretty much the first half. And then, but mistakes. Illinois just took over, capitalized off those mistakes. Then Duke went on that losing streak, and you never thought you would have seen them in the ACC championship game about, early October. But hey, give it to them. They made it. Virginia, they just kind of slowly just been working their way, playing good every week. So that's pretty cool. Weird not having Clemson or Florida State in that game, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so in case you want to watch some basketball too on your small screen, tonight there's no top 25 matchups in college basketball. Tomorrow night, got a pretty good one at 6. So you may have to have 2 screens going, one for football, one for basketball. 6 p.m. on ESPN2, number 11 Gonzaga versus number 18 Kentucky. Yeah, that might be a pretty good one. And then 6:30 on Peacock, number 5 UConn plays 4-3 East Texas A&M. So these records, I've been writing these down throughout the week, so these records may not be accurate. Like one of these teams I mentioned may have won, and since that I wrote it down or lost. So we'll see. Saturday, 11 a.m. CBS. Number 10 Iowa State versus number 1 Duke. It's like college basketball said, hey, college football, watch this. 11 a.m. on Fox. Number 4 Duke versus number 7 Michigan State. 1 p.m. on CBS. Number 6 Louisville versus number 22 Indiana. 3 p.m. on Big Ten Network. Number 3 Michigan versus 5-3 Rutgers. 3 p.m. on SEC Network. Number 25 Arkansas versus 6-3 Fresno State. 5 p.m. on Big Ten Network. Number 24 USC versus 5-2 Washington. 7 p.m. on Peacock. Number 8 Houston versus 5-2 Florida State. 7 p.m. on ESPN. Number 14 Illinois versus number 13 Tennessee. 7 p.m. on Peacock. Number 23 St. John's versus 5-2 Ole Miss. 9 p.m. on ESPN. Number 20 Auburn versus number 2 Arizona. Good late night game. And then Sunday, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 21 Kansas takes on the rival 8-0 Missouri. 1 p.m. on SEC Network. Number 12 Alabama versus 4-4 UTSA. 2 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 19 Texas Tech versus 7-0 LSU. Look at them. 4 p.m. on ESPN. Number 16 North Carolina versus 5-2 Georgetown. 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Number 11 Gonzaga versus 2-6 North Florida. Those are your Sunday games in case you're like me and you just I'll be honest with you, on that selection Sunday, I usually wait and just look at all the games, all the CFP and all the bowl games later, because these television shows, you tune in and it's 25, 30 minutes of this back and forth. Nothing gets revealed. I got things to do, and there's some good basketball games on, so I just wait and read about that stuff online. So that's your list of Sunday games in case you're like me. That's it. Like I said, man, day and a half, and the weekend will be here again. Hopefully you're going to have a great weekend here. Yeah, we're finally going to get rid of this crappy weather we got out there. It's supposed to be sunny, high in the 70s. So great weekend to watch some championship football and some basketball. Anyway, whatever you do, be safe, have fun. We will be back on more than likely Monday. That way we can get down everything that happened and the CFP lineup and all the bowl game lineup. Not going to do every bowl game, just the interesting ones, and go through the CFP and any crazy basketball stuff. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the day. Keep your head down. Keep busy. Friday afternoon will be here soon. We'll see you next time.